Welcome back to Oz VR Pulse. If you played the original Seventh Guest in the 90s, you probably remember three things. The atmosphere being spooky, the bizarre puzzles, and that dreaded prompt of please insert disc 2. That game was a killer app for CD-ROM technology, and along with Game Mist, really launched CD-ROM gaming. Now 30 years later, the biggest question isn't is it scary, but can a game defined by 90s full motion video actually survive when it step inside it? Well, I'm here to tell you that this VR remake replaces that grainy old version with full volumetric video. And it changes everything. The ghosts don't appear flat, they're more 3D. It's a true modern successor to that old tech, and it feels like a time machine. In this review, we're going to dive into how that tech works, compare the puzzles to the notorious original, and even give you a final verdict on if this classic belongs in your VR library. Let's get to it. So the game eases you in the ballroom and the dining room, and it's never really about finding hidden objects. It's more about solving puzzles by manipulating your physical environment. So the focus is really on your hands, which is exactly where the VR version shines, because you're really making these movements. So as we solve that puzzle, we get a plate and accidentally close the door again, but let's grab that plate. The game also uses this map and clue board. The map helps you see around the house and what you have already revealed in the house, and clues for the various puzzles should you get stuck. The first clue is generally pretty general. You can get a second clue, although sometimes that clue will cost you money, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But the real magic happens with the puzzles. Solving the dessert puzzle here, and it triggers a scene with the 6 characters who've been invited to the mansion.
Time for dessert.
Foiled again.
Staff seems to know all about us.
Yes, he himself seems to have vanished.
Matt, how wonderful. Oh, who gives a damn? Will you look at that ghastly cake?
I suppose we should indulge just to be polite.
Allow me.
Oh, marvelous. I think I'll stick to the wine, thank you.
Surprise, surprise.
So, Magic Man.
So very effective use of the video there in VR. And as you would have noticed there, the light, apart from repairing a bridge that we saw earlier, shows you different versions of paintings. We have a second puzzle here with a drinking game where the aim is not to drink the last drink for the female character, which sadly we got it in the wrong order there and we lose. So you have to set it up so as the male drinker drinks the last drink, and that's the way you solve that puzzle.
My dear Miss, hi. I feel honored.
And so they have these little boxes in each room, providing you a little bit more information about the characters within the story. So let's hear a bit about Miss Hyde.
In recent years. Truly, there is no respect for our elders. To remedy this, I have an intriguing offer which can reverse your ill fortune.
So these coins that I mentioned earlier, when you find them, keep them. They'll let you pay for clues later on if you become really stuck in a puzzle. We saw the final solution of the train in the video earlier. This is just showing you a bit of a longer sequence here where we're having to change the signalling to allow the train to hook up with the carriages in order. They have to be done in the number order, and then you have to bring them back to the station compound in the right order in front of the station to unlock the block.
Ha! Got it.
And then what we want to do, as I had a look over there, As you can see, you can move around. Adjusted my headset, those bony hands as I got my headset reset there, and then finally grabbed the piece that I needed for the alphabet puzzle.
How can he possibly have that letter?
This is a financial machine where you have to put in a number sequence, and there is a little secret hidden to how you unlock that. The torch will show you clues from time to time wherever you see that scratching on a surface, shining the torch on, and it's telling us here that shining the torch on that puzzle will cause it to move around, and you have to get them in the right order eventually to unlock the puzzle. And when you do that, you get another little one of these video
Staff
scenes.
knows too much. The debts. But how?
Perhaps he wants to help us. Our heart's deepest desire.
What? What?
Edward, don't you see? The blood!
There's nothing there. Eleanor! Eleanor! There's nothing. Eleanor, we have to win this prize money. Do you want to see me locked up by our creditors? Do you? Now, shape up, Eleanor. No more of your spells. Not today.
I just need a moment.
Ugh.
So as you can see, we're learning more as we go on through the story, but taking you back to where we all started and when we arrive at the mansion. There were 6 guests and none were ever seen to leave. So we need to go and solve what happens. Overall, this game works really well as a VR title. I really enjoyed playing it, and I quickly found myself a couple of hours into the game without really noticing the time passing. The puzzles are frequent and they're not easy. You have to think a long time to solve them. You'll be using this lantern quite frequently to help you. And trust me, it's very likely you're going to end up having to go to your queue to use the cues and clues from the clues board, as I struggle to get around that. And yeah, it really is very easy. So as you initially enter the mansion, you're just learning some of the mechanics here of the gameplay. You get a clue at the front gate because you have to unlock the front gate, but the key is hidden with there and you need to get it unlocked. So you have to solve out how you do that. And then once you do that, you move inside the mansion. Believe it or not, it was quite actually hard to get the key in there in a VR environment. So full marks to them there because I really struggled to actually get that to work properly. So that's the game, Seventh Guest VR. I highly recommend this game, particularly if you are old enough like me to have played the original. It makes the jump into VR really well. You find yourself interacting with the game objects in the real world using your hands, and you find yourself very immersed within the mansion very quickly within the game. So if you haven't checked it out yet, highly recommend it. And as usual, thanks for watching OzVR Pulse. If you have played it, let us know in the comments below. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and the like button, as it really helps us out.